This is the first of two videos that I'm filming today, and I don't know why I'm filming this one first, because the other one is going up several days earlier, but we're gonna keep going. Hello everybody, my name is Danny, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the Somberhoney 2023 reading challenge. This is something that I was thinking about a little bit a couple weeks ago and then I wasn't gonna do, but then in the trouble stream today, the 9th, oh god, this conversation happened literally an hour ago and I'm already forgetting who it was. I think it was Paris, was like, hey troublemakers, are y'all having like a reading challenge like thing next year? Not necessarily a specific book for each month, but like a prompt, and we can all pick our own books. And then everyone immediately said, that sounds like something Danny would do. And I had to admit that it was something I was thinking about. And then I'm like, you know what? If people want it, I will do it. So I've come up with some prompts. Some of them are easier than others, some of them are weirder than others, but I think they are all fun and not like the usual ones, you know? I wanted to spice things up a bit, and I would like to let y'all know that this is definitely inspired by Books and Lala's buzzword challenge that she does every year. I didn't do like the same kind of thing where it's like a specific kind of word in the title like she does, but it is an inspiration for my ideas. So first up for January, the prompt is to read a famous author's debut novel, and it could be whether or not that first novel made them famous or not. It could be, so like if you wanted to read These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong, that is her first novel and it is what made her famous. Or you can pick someone who didn't get famous until their 4th, 5th, 6th book. And it could be anyone that you think is considered a famous author, so it's pretty open-ended. You just have to read that author's first book. Then for February, the prompt is to read a book with the character's name in the title. It does not count if it's the series title though, so like the Percy Jackson books wouldn't count because the series name is Percy Jackson and the Olympians, but then the book titles don't actually have his name in it. But there's a ton of books where the character's title or the book's title has a character's name in it. Like, it's not a hard one to fill. For March, the prompt is to read a book with a disabled protagonist or strong support character. I'm not that picky, as long as it's not like one passive background character has a brief mention of being disabled. It's fine. It's a character that's important to the story that's disabled either physically or mentally. It would fit this prompt. April has probably the easiest prompt, and that is just to read a poetry collection because April is National Poetry Month, and I love poetry, and I know it's not everyone's jam, but I figured I had to make this the prompt. For May, the prompt is to read an author with your initials, or at least one initial. So for me, my initials are DM, so either an author whose initials are DM, or at the very least their first name starts with a D, or their last name starts with an M. Also, if you use a pen name, either for your own books, if you're a writer, or if you use like a pseudonym online that's not your real name, you can use the initials from that. It's not that serious. Like, any kind of name that you go by, you can use that. Honestly, I could probably use SH for Somberhoney if I wanted to, so do whatever initials you want to go with as long as they're initials related to you, I guess. For June, obviously the prompt is a queer book because June is Pride Month, but it has to be a queer book where the focus is not a coming out story. Any other kind of queer book fits, but the main plotline can't be the main character coming out. For July, the prompt is to read a book that inspired a movie or TV show. You don't have to have watched the movie or TV show. If you want to read the book first and then watch it, that'd be pretty cool. I think that's my plan. I don't know what I'm going to read yet, but I want to find something that I can do that with. Just anything that has been adapted to the screen. The prompt for August is to read an author that is from New Jersey because this is my reading challenge and I can make the prompts whatever I want. And I'm from New Jersey, and I think there's so many great writers from New Jersey, like Judy Blume, George R.R. Martin is from New Jersey. I looked up a whole big list of them and I'm completely blanking on everyone else, but there's like a ton of writers from New Jersey, and that's the prompt, is to read a book from one of them. September's prompt is to read a book with a protagonist who is at least 30 years old, because I feel like a lot of the focus of like critically acclaimed books, at least that I've seen, is like, well, YA books have younger protagonists, or like the protagonists will be in their early to mid 20s, but there's so much good literature out there with older protagonists, and I was gonna make this where the protagonist is at least 40, but I dropped that down to 30 just to make it a little bit easier. October's prompt is to read a retelling of non-European myths and legends, so no King Arthur, no Greek mythology, nothing like that. You can do Asian mythology, African mythology, indigenous mythology from people from North America or Australia, anything like that, as long as it's not European. I just feel like there's so much focus on like King Arthur retellings and Greek mythology retellings and Celtic myths that I want to see some other stuff. For November, the prompt is to read from an indigenous author. This could be from anywhere around the world as long as the author is from an indigenous background. And I put it in November because I am from the United States, and here in the United States we celebrate Thanksgiving in November, and that is a very high issue topic in regards to Native American rights and the treatment of Native Americans throughout the years, and so I figured it was a very timely, appropriate place to put it. So you don't have to read from a North American, Native American author. It could be from anywhere around the world. That's just why I put it for this month. And finally, for December, the prompt is to reread a book that feels like coming home, and you can define this however you want. Something cozy, a favorite of yours, one that you just open up and you're like, wow, I'm so happy to be reading this again. And so those are all of the prompts. Let me know what you think of them. I would like to clarify that you can do anything with these prompts. So you could read a novel, a novella, a short story, a comic, or a manga, literally anything. If you want to listen to it as an audiobook or read it physically or as an ebook, none of that matters as long as you read something and try and follow the prompt as best you can. I'm okay with people fudging things a little bit. I fudge prompts all the time. But yeah, those are the prompts, so I'm very happy with them. Let me know in the comments if you plan on participating in this with me. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. You can subscribe to my channel for more content, and that way I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, guys.